Imagine building the most incredible machine the world has ever seen, only to realize you don't have enough electricity to turn it on. That question, where does the power for the AI revolution come from, is the central conflict that exploded across the tech world in the last 24 hours. And speaking of explosions, we're starting with a big one. A leaked hacking tool, codenamed Dark Sword, is now out in the wild, putting millions of iPhones at serious risk. This is your daily tech news roundup, where we sift through over 3,000 news articles to bring you the signal in the noise. Today, we're seeing AI's incredible growth slam into a brick wall of regulation and reality. Meanwhile, geopolitical tremors are shaking the markets. We're going to break down what it all means for you.
All right, so here's the game plan. We'll kick off with a super fast daily briefing. Then, we'll get into the main event, AI's reckoning. From there, we'll look at the ripple effect on your money before pulling back to see the global chessboard. And we'll wrap it all up with your strategic edge, what you need to do next. First up, the 10 biggest headlines you need to know right now. Let's go. Number 1. In a move that shocked everyone, OpenAI has suddenly pulled the plug on its viral video generator, Sora. That signals a huge pivot as safety concerns mount.
2. This one's a big deal. Meta and Google just lost a landmark case in the US over social media's harmful effects on kids. This sets a massive precedent for future regulation.
3. Tensions in the Middle East are rattling the global economy. Stock markets are dropping hard, and oil prices are shooting through the roof. Get ready for some serious uncertainty.
4. Talk about sending mixed signals. Meta is laying off hundreds of people with one hand, while dropping a cool $10 billion on a new AI data center in Texas with the other. Tells you everything you need to know about their priorities.
5. And speaking of data centers, U.S. lawmakers are now trying to hit the brakes, calling for a total freeze on building any new ones. Why? Because they use a terrifying amount of energy.
6. The money just keeps pouring into defense AI. A startup called Shield AI just hit a staggering $12.7 billion valuation thanks to a huge new contract with the U.S. Air Force.
Meanwhile, in the open source corner, France's Mistral AI just dropped a powerful new voice model. It's a direct challenge to the big, closed-off systems from the tech giants.
All right, for all you gamers and PC builders out there, AMD just unveiled a world-first CPU with dual 3D V-Cache. All you need to know is it's going to make your games run ridiculously fast.
Yep, you guessed it. That Netflix bill is going up again. Their premium plan is now creeping dangerously close to $27 a month. And finally, number 10, Google is unleashing its advanced AI search, Search Live, on the entire world. This is about to completely change how you find, well, everything. So, you hear all those headlines, right? But what's the real story? The thread connecting all of it is this incredible, high-stakes battle. It's the unstoppable force of AI innovation running smack into the immovable object of real-world limits. And this right here, this is the tug-of-war that defined the last 24 hours. On one side, you've got this insane momentum, brilliant new open-source models, global AI rollouts, $10 billion data centers. But on the other side, you have this massive wall of resistance. OpenAI slamming the brakes on Sora, governments trying to ban new data centers, huge lawsuits, and new AI-powered malware. It's like flooring the accelerator and the emergency brake at the exact same time.
Which brings us to the core crisis, the billion-dollar question. Where is the actual physical power for this AI revolution going to come from? We're building this incredible AI future, but we're running out of juice. This isn't just some tech problem for engineers anymore. No, it's becoming a political firestorm, and how we answer that question will shape everything for years to come.
Now, this conflict isn't just happening in a vacuum. Oh no, it's sending massive waves across the markets, through investments, and straight into people's jobs, and yes, their wallets.
So who's winning and who's losing? The money tells the story. Capital is flooding into enterprise AI, into the GPU makers who build the engines for this revolution, and into cybersecurity. But look at the losers. Social media platforms are getting hammered by regulations, streaming services are facing angry customers, and the travel industry is taking a beating from all that geopolitical chaos. So let's break down who really felt the heat today. For developers, it's a mixed bag. You've got incredible new tools, but also brand new security nightmares to deal with. For startups, it's pretty much all positive. The funding taps are wide open. Enterprises are also mixed. Great new AI tools, but also soaring costs and new rules. For us, the consumers, it's mixed too.
cool new features, but everything from our subscriptions to our flights is getting more expensive. And finally, you've got investors and governments both treading very, very carefully.
Okay, now let's pull the camera way back and look at the world map, because these trends are creating a whole new global chessboard, with power shifting in some really surprising ways.
And what you see is a world that's basically splitting in two. In places like China and across Africa, the sentiment is overwhelmingly positive. They're all in on growth and funding. But in the West, the US and the EU, and the Middle East, the mood is negative. They're bogged down by regulatory battles, market anxiety, and geopolitical conflict. It really is a tale of two different tech worlds right now.
So that's the big picture. But what does all this noise actually mean for you? This is where we turn all of this information into your strategic edge with clear, direct advice.
All right, listen up. If you're a developer, the message is loud and clear. Become an expert in secure AI coding now. For you founders, stop trying to build the next ChatGPT. The real money is in solving boring niche B2B problems with AI. Enterprise leaders, if you don't have an AI governance framework in place, you are already behind. Build it now. And investors, this is crucial. Geopolitical and regulatory risk is no longer a footnote. It has to be a core part of your analysis.
So where do we go from here? Short term, expect more of the same, but faster. Companies will dive deeper into AI while regulators crack down even harder. But the medium term is where it gets really interesting. We're talking about huge shakeups in tech supply chains as companies try to dodge geopolitical hotspots. And sadly, that disruption to global travel, it's probably here to stay for a while. The real question is, are we ready for what's coming?
To go deeper on any of the stories you heard today, head on over to newsbite.tech for our full analysis.